Warning, this is not a card trick. This is a bingo trick. Well, it looks like a card trick, but actually these are bingo cards. I'll show you what I made here. I got about a half a dozen cards here with the word bingo on them, each with random numbers underneath, as you would expect from any bingo cards, right? Bingo, 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 with all these numbers on them. And I just made them out of playing cards, but that's okay. It's a bingo trick. What we're going to do is we're going to mix these up. This is a great trick to do for about at least 5 people, because they can help you with the cards. If you don't have 5 people, 2, 3, or 4 will do, but it's just more fun. The more the merrier. And so what we want to do is we want to take these bingo cards. We're going to do a bit of a mentalism game. You're going to try and read their mind and all that good stuff. So we're going to get them mixed up. We can mix them up on the table too if we want. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask our 5 people, each one, to take one of these cards. It doesn't matter who takes which one. They can all take. There's enough for everybody. So let's just say this person takes one, this person takes one, this person, and this person, and then we're left with this, and we will put that one away. No need to look at it. We don't want the magician to see anything, any of the faces of the cards. And now you each have a bingo card with a string of numbers under it. What I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to look at the word bingo and look at the numbers under each letter and decide amongst yourself who gets to call out the B, who gets to call out the I, who gets to call out the N, the G, and the O. So each of you will be in charge of one letter. But before you do all of that, I'm actually going to write down a prediction, something that I believe will happen in the future. And so I'm going to write my prediction down right here, and I'm going to commit to it. It will be in full view of the audience the whole time, right there on the table. Put the pen on it. And now it's time for you to decide who's going to call out what. I've got a piece of paper here. We'll take this and write the word bingo down the edge of the paper. And you'll notice that each of you have a B, but one of you needs to decide who's going to call out the number for the B. And they can be any one of them. So let's just say this person right here in the middle decides they're going to call out the B. So they call out the number under B. And so they call out a, what's that say? A 6. Okay, so we got B6. Okay, so we're done with that one. And then who gets to be the I? Somebody can be the I. So let's just say this person. And again, it can be any one of them. They call out a 20. I20. Okay. And who would like to call out the N? We'll choose this person. They get to decide who says N, and this person says, mine is N49. Okay, we got a 49 right there. And then let's see, this person's going to be the G. You want to be the G? Okay, whoops, you got it right side up. They're going to call out the number 52. They'll put a 52. And then, in fact, the last one, you're going to be the O. What is your number? O63. Okay, so I had no way of knowing who's going to get what numbers would be, who would get the B, who would get the I. We have no way, you had no way of knowing. The cards were mixed up and they're all randomized. Pretty fair, but we do have a string of numbers here, and I happen to have a calculator. Let's see what I've got here. Just out of curiosity, I wonder what these numbers add up to. Would that be interesting if we had 6 plus 20 plus 49 plus 52 plus 63 equals, as you can see, 190. Well, that's phenomenal. Because a few minutes ago, I wrote down a 3-digit number on this pad that's been sitting here the whole time. Wouldn't you believe it? I wrote down a 190. Okay. That's the bingo trick. Now, this trick is so weird. I mean, this is weird how this works. I'd like to tell you how it works, but I can't because I don't know how it works. I just know that it works. I'm going to show you what I did, and it will work for you every time. There is a secret to it. I'm going to tell you the secret. It's really, really cool. So the first thing you're going to need is this set of bingo cards. This is a very special set of bingo cards. I just made them with regular deck. I took a label printer and I printed out these labels like this and stuck them on these blank face cards, the word bingo with numbers under them. The thing is, you do need to have these exact numbers under these cards and in this sequence. The cards can be mixed up all you want. However, you do need a card that is this exact sequence. You need a bingo card that is a 22, 40, 49, 58, 76. And you need one that is a 6, 24, 33, 42, 60, etc., etc. So in the description, I will put either that or probably a link to a PDF or something so you can see. That's what I'll do. I'll make a PDF because that'll be a lot easier. You can see the set of cards you need to make. You need to make 6 cards, not 5. You need to make 6 cards, even though only 5 are used. Okay? So here's how this trick works. This is just really weird. If you use this exact sequence, there's only so many 3-digit numbers that they're going to come up with. And if you, I made a little cheat sheet, by the way, on the side of my pad. I covered it with my hand. There's a little cheat sheet that I'm going to explain, but these are the only totals. It'll either be 190, 201, 207, 214, 217, or 221. The question is, which total are they going to have? And I'm going to show you a very easy way to know. I mean, there's absolutely no math on your part. You don't have to do any calculations in your head because of the cheat sheet. And so, here's how it works. When somebody takes a card, or takes all 5 cards, there's one card that is left over. Remember, we had the 6th card, we put it away. That 6th card is actually the secret. The card that's not being used tells me what their total is going to be. Now, I could either do some amazing math in my head and go, okay, I got to take a certain number, I got to deduct the number that's under the n, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do all that. So I made it much easier. Instead, these cards are all numbered 1 through 6. The spectator does not know that, but I've got them marked on the back here, my own little secret marking system. This is actually card number 1. Because I have it marked, I'll show you in a minute how I did that. I've got one marked number 2. I've got one marked number 3, 5, and 6. Okay, right there. Oh yeah, the 6th one doesn't have marked. Okay, so anyway, I know what these cards are by looking at the backs. And I'm going to show you the marking system here in just a second. So just pretend with me that you know these are numbered. They don't know that though. That's why we can mix them up. Boom, 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 boom. Get them all mixed up. Blah, blah, blah. I don't care which ones they take. What I care is what's left over. So if they take all of these 5 and I'm left with this one, I just know by quickly glancing at the back of it that this is the number 3 card. I'm going to put it aside. I don't need to look at it. But the fact that the number 3 card is missing is going to tell me my total. And here's how my cheat sheet works. On my pad, you see where it says 3? 207 will be their total no matter what happens. Isn't that cool? So if the 6 was missing, the 6 card was out of the group, it would be 221. If it was the 5 card, their totals are going to be 217. So whatever card is not used among the 5, that's what I reference here. Now this is my own doing. This is an old trick, but I added this method for my own sake because I don't want to do the math. If you want to do the math, I hesitate to even tell you how to do it, but I will for those of you that are purists. What you really have to do is you'd have to look at the face of this card, the missing card. You'd have to look at the center number, 43, and deduct it from 250, and then that's how you come up with the total. And I don't like to do all that stuff. I just go, wait a minute, I just need to know if it's the 3rd card, what's the total? And so that's why I made that cheat sheet the way I did. Also, I'll put the cheat sheet in the PDF, obviously. So that's all there is to it. You have these cards with this very important sequence. It doesn't matter which 5 they use, and as soon as you have a card left out, you can immediately go make a prediction before they've even done anything. That's what I like about this, is they are holding on to their 5 cards. They don't even know what's going to happen yet. Because I know this is the 1 card, I can go and write down my 190, and I can look at my little thing here that tells me that. And then when I show them the number, I'm covering it up with my hand. I try to do it this way, but it's hard to see on video. But do it this way or like this. So what's my number? 90, because I'm hiding my little cheat sheet there. Because that's all I need to know is that this missing card, without even looking at the face of it, I know that their number is going to be 190. I just think that's cool. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Done. I mean, you can make these. I'll show you in the download what sequence to do with the bingo. and I'll give you the cheat sheet, and I recommend sticking it on a tablet or whatever, however you want to do that, or you can palm something. As long as you know the missing card, you can actually memorize it probably. It's only 6 things. But anyway, as long as you know the missing card, you'll know the total. Now, having said all that, this trick was originally not with the word bingo. That's the other thing I did. I made it a bingo trick because it just looks like that's how bingo works. I mean, this was an old magic trick where you actually use the word magic. You can use any 5-letter word where all the letters are different, and you can do it with that too if you want to do it that way. I thought it was a little bit corny to use the word magic, so I thought let's make it a game. Well, if we make it bingo, that makes sense to have letters and numbers together because that's how bingo works. And so that's why I added that, and then the little cheat sheet thing I added. So you can have that because that is a lot of fun. If you want to do, if you're at a party, you have at least 5 people, they like to play games. Here's a game you can play that actually turns into an incredible mentalism prediction type of a trick. Fun to do, easy to do, very amazing. Go have fun with that one too. Before I forget, let me show you the marking system that I use to mark my bingo cards. You can use any system you want. It's pretty simple. You only need 6 cards, so it's not really hard to come up with a marking system. But I use bicycle decks, and you could probably do this with any deck. But what I do is I take either an X-Acto knife or a pin or something that allows me to scratch off a little white spot on the ink. Now in post-production, I'll put up a closer picture of this so you can see it a little easier. But for now, let me just point to it this way. So I take a little scratch thing, X-Acto knife or whatever, and I put a little scratch in this corner. And when I do, that tells me this is the 1 card. If I put it here, it's the 2 card. If I put it in the middle, right here on the side, that's the 3, 4, and then the 5 card down here. If there's no scratches at all, I know it's the 6 card. That simple. Now, not only do I put the scratches here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I do it on the other side too. So if the cards get turned around, if they are in different orientation, I can still see the top, the side here. So again, it would be a 1 here. There would also be a scratch down in this corner. So it works this way. And this would be the 2 here and here. The 3 scratches would be on both sides, so they could be turned over. Again, the 4 and the 4, and then the 5 would be down there. A 6, no scratches. And that's my marking system. Really easy to do, pretty fast, easy to look at when they're spread out this way. I can quickly see just by looking at that little scratch mark, like I know that's the 3 card right there just because I can see those scratch marks. Anyway, hopefully that helps you if you need a marking system or make one of your own.